We've all heard about the 5 a.m. club, right? It gets sold to us as this magic bullet for success. The whole idea is if you wake up before everyone else, you'll conquer your day. But what if that's not really the whole picture? Let's get into what actually happens when that super early alarm clock goes off.
And boom, right away, this is the first thing we uncover. It's not some glorious story of an instant life makeover. Nope, it's about feeling miserable. There's no sudden jolt of motivation. It's just you, in the dark, wondering why you ever thought this was a good idea. And that, right there, is where the real stories start.
You'd think the big fight is with the snooze button. But honestly, getting out of bed, that's not even the hardest part. The real challenge is figuring out what to do with yourself in that new, kind of awkward quiet.
Really think about it. At 5 in the morning, the world isn't asking you for a single thing. It's a totally different planet compared to the rest of your day. All that noise, all those demands and notifications, they're just silent.
And what that does is it creates this vacuum. All that digital static we use to fill every spare second of our lives, it's gone. No text to answer, no emails to stress about, and suddenly there are no more excuses to hide behind. And that silence, well, it can be really uncomfortable. Because for maybe the first time all day, you are completely alone with your own mind. There's nothing to distract you from what you're really thinking or feeling.
And here's where things get really interesting. We have this expectation that we're gonna pop out of bed feeling sharp, powerful, ready to take on the world. But the reality? Most of the time, you feel slow, you feel foggy. But that's not you failing. It's just your brain doing a system reboot. It needs a minute to warm up, just like anything else.
So that begs the question, right? If you just feel miserable and groggy, why on earth would you do this? What is the point? Well, this is where the whole story flips. That discomfort, that quiet, awkward feeling, that's not the problem. That is the point.
And here it is. The whole journey isn't really about finding some magical, endless well of motivation. It's about building something way, way more reliable: discipline.
This right here is the absolute key. Waking up at 5 a.m. doesn't give you motivation. What it does is it forces you to act without it. You learn how to just show up, especially when you don't feel like it. And that, my friends, is a genuine superpower.
So what do we even mean by discipline? It's not about being super rigid or punishing yourself. It's much simpler. It's just the practice of starting. It's about unhooking the action of doing something from the feeling of wanting to do it.
Think about this quote. You stop waiting to feel ready, you just start. And that little change in mindset starts to trickle down into everything else you do. That big project at work you've been avoiding? Discipline isn't waiting for inspiration to strike, it's just opening the document. You prove to yourself you can start without the feeling, and that changes the game everywhere else.
Okay, so you start building this discipline muscle. What's the reward? Well, you get a huge mental advantage. You get a pocket of pure clarity before the chaos of the day kicks in. And this single number says it all. Just one quiet, focused hour at 5 a.m. can be more productive and more valuable than 3 distracted, exhausted hours at 10 p.m. It's all about the quality of that time, not the quantity.
And that's why it's so precious. In that quiet, you're not reacting to things all day, you're preparing. You actually have the space to think clearly, to plan with real intention, to just breathe. You get to set the rules for your day, instead of letting the day set the rules for you.
And please, remember this part. This isn't about hustle culture or trying to win a prize for being the most tired. The real goal here is alignment, making sure your actions line up with your actual goals. And if 5 a.m. helps you do that, amazing. If not, that's fine too. It's the principle that counts.
All right, so how do you actually get started without it feeling like this massive, impossible task? It's simple. You start small. Forget the whole hour. Just focus on your first 10 minutes.
And these 3 steps are so simple, anyone can do them. First, put your phone away. Seriously, no scrolling. You have to protect your focus. Second, just sit or stretch or take a few deep breaths. Ground yourself. And third, write down one simple intention for the day. That's it. That's your start.
And look, not every morning is going to be perfect or crazy productive. Some days, you're just going to feel foggy, and that is totally okay. The win isn't in what you do. The win is in the simple act of showing up, day after day. It's all about consistency.
Really what this all comes down to. The 5 a.m. club isn't actually about the time on the clock. It's a training camp for your mind. It teaches you how to show up for yourself, how to keep the promises you make to yourself, and how to do the thing you said you were going to do. And honestly, that's a lesson that will change so much more than just your mornings.